Hello, my lovelies. Melissa from Metropolitan Cosmetics. As you know, there are times that we sit and discuss more philosophical, big thoughts and ideas, and today is one of those days. So today we're going to delve deep into our thoughts, but more importantly, into their effects. Looking deeply into the origin and power of our thoughts, and how by understanding this, we can align ourselves with true power, source energy, bringing heaven closer to earth. Previous videos, we've looked at the thinking feeling loop, and I'm going to just go through that one more time with you. We see in images. So when you think about something, you actually see it playing out. Since you see it playing out, it seems as though it's a real image, as though it's a movie or events being played out, and therefore you believe it's real. It's not real. It's what you call something as a definition, perception. There are varying perceptions. I can have a perception on a matter, and you can have a perception on the matter. Does not mean that that is the truth of the matter. So the thoughts we think, we believe are real, but they are not true, simply because they occurred in our head and we see it as real. Looking at the body and the energy centers in the body, there are 7 energy centers, or we can say the chakra areas. Every single chakra area has a specific location in the body. Each location is linked to various organs in that location. Those organs or plexus will create, make, distribute chemicals and hormones in that area. So that being said, you can understand this whole network of thoughts and feelings being played out to effect in the body. So to begin with, the lower 3 chakra areas keep us attached to matter. They are the ones very much preoccupied with human life, survival, love and emotion, power and authority. So effectively, it's the lower sacral area, which is the sacral area of the spine, underneath your belly button, and here your solar plexus. Those are the 3, and in order: survival, love and connection, power and authority. So if you think about it as a human surviving, you're very much involved with those 3. But as you evolve on a consciousness level, you are far more evolved with heart, throat, pituitary and pineal. But that comes later. The problem is we get trapped in the lower 3, and I'm going to explain to you how that happens. So every time you think a thought that is not real, and you accept and surrender to it without analysis, it triggers an area in the brain, the limbic area, that gives a flood of neuropeptides that activate the plexus. And when you activate the plexus, you release a cascade of hormones and chemicals. Let me play this out for you. Let's say you play a thought in your mind about your boss. What an annoying person. I'm completely overworked. I'm completely underpaid. You know, this is really not good enough. You're playing out all these angry thoughts in your mind. Limbic system is activated. Neuropeptides go directly to power authority zone and activate your adrenals. Now you have a cascade of hormones flooding the body. Now you really feel ticked off. Now we are investing in this. And the more you feel it, the more you think it. And the more you think it, the more you feel it. And now we have the thinking feeling loop about something that appears to be very real, but in point of fact is a fabrication. It's a hallucination. It's affecting area 3. Let's take another example. Let's take an example where we speak very poorly to ourselves and of ourselves. Oh, you are so dumb. What a stupid. You didn't finish school. You are not very beautiful. You're fat, you're ugly, you're getting old. Goodness gracious me. And we believe that. And that is affecting the neuropeptides flood into the love emotional center, and we believe it to be true. And on it goes, and we build a very, very sad, low self-esteem. The trouble with this continuous process is it becomes hardwired. And that means we build neural networks to a nightmare, a complete hallucination that isn't true. The body becomes the mind. Can you imagine that? You start to create and manifest a life that you do not want by default, by the simple bad habit of thinking badly, thinking incorrectly, thinking without discipline. It's the way in which the ego keeps you completely invested in the lower three areas, thinking that the body is yourself and not your spirit, and that everybody is a body out there, out to attack you, therefore you must defend yourself. It's so far from the truth, no wonder we're living a nightmare. Effectively, you become therefore an electromagnet to everything you don't want, creating by default. That which is like itself and to itself be drawn. You are not creating, you are miscreating. Now we are trapped in a nightmare that is not real, a fabrication, and on top of it, we blame the world. As this persists, the energies become trapped in the body. And when those energies become trapped, you cannot access heart and you cannot access the higher chakras that is necessary for consciousness development and pure freedom. Well, what to do? How do we get out of this entrapment self-created? Firstly, remember, this can only continue if you accept and surrender to these thoughts without analysis. We've therefore analyzed the situation, and therefore we do not accept it. And by not accepting it, we are changing things by the power of our intention. Truth is power, true power, whereas perception is not. So get out of your head. Breathe deeply. Meditate. Think elevated thoughts, even if you have to conjure them up. Think elevated thoughts which prepare the body chemically to bring in a new set of circumstances. You basically align the chemistry of your body with your future self and thus bring it in. The antidote to this perceived thinking at all times is action. So when you get out of your head and stop thinking these idle, useless thoughts, you act. And what I believe is possibly the best antidote to this is do something for someone else. It is the best antidote to stop miscreating in your own head. I'm going to now discuss a fundamental truth, and I'm going to read the following points I've noted down so as not to leave any out. Consider these points very, very carefully. I shall read them slowly. There are no neutral thoughts. You are not alone in experiencing the effects of your thoughts. There is another way of looking at the world. I could see peace instead of this. Atonement is required to bring heaven to earth. It is not to condone bad behavior, but to see past the never-ending doings of our fellow brothers and sisters lost in dream. To see truly the divine spark within every soul, and by doing this, one augments the light in the one being seen, and then one naturally has one's own light augmented by the true seeing of another. The keys are: 1. To have all, give all to all. 2. To have peace Teach it to learn it. 3. If heaven is a decision I must make, exercise your free will to do so, and make the one and only true investment. Invest in the kingdom of heaven by every thought, word, and deed. Let's hold on to this thought at this very important time of year and bring in the miracle of love to everyone. Herein lies hope. Herein lies peace. Herein lies freedom. So be it. Love to you all. I'll see you soon.